Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Jacob back here for the JTwoH channel. And today we've got something pretty sweet to unbox and review to show you guys. This is a complete series on Blu-ray. And the cool thing is, not only is it a complete series available on Blu-ray for the first time, none of these season sets are available singularly on Blu-ray. So, first time for both, complete series of 2.5 Men, which was, I believe, CBS show, early 2000s into, when did I graduate? 2014, I think, if I really had to guess. I'll look, it'll probably be on this box. But first time ever on Blu-ray, and the first time it's been in the complete series on Blu-ray. The complete series is available on DVD, both individually and this box set. And I believe the cover art is very similar, if not identical, except for obviously that big Blu-ray ribbon. So we'll check out all this awesome cover art. Ashton Kutcher. Yay. Don't get me wrong, I love Ashton Kutcher, but I could not stand the final few seasons of this show. Not all of them that he's in, but most. So anyway, 2.5 Men there on the top. All your specs on the bottom. So let me see. 2015, I was closer. 2003 to 2015, 12 seasons, 5,576 minutes long. Not rated because it's a television show, but there is the synopsis there. And this is the cool part. I really like this, and I believe I saw this on the complete series DVD set. Is these individual? This is what the DVDs. Again, being a physical media geek, which I'm sure all of you are if you're watching this. But these are the, I don't know if poster is the right word, but these are this is what the DVD sets look like individually, and they're all collected here on the back. So you have 1 all the way through 12. So you can tell kind of where the show falls off with the Ashton Kutcher seasons, especially this last guy. The first few seasons of the show, 1 through 4, maybe you could convince me. 1 through 5, 6 are absolutely fantastic. When it's Charlie Sheen and what's his name, John Cryer, I think, and the kiddo, what's his name? Some of them A or August. When Jake is the kid, but when it's the three of them, and it's what the premise of the show is supposed to be out, it's great. And then Jake gets older, so the dynamic changes a bit. And then Charlie Sheen did so much cocaine, as everyone knows, so he gets into some of the drugging, and he doesn't quite act the same. And then they kill him off, and there's 4 seasons without him, based on the entire show. But whatever. So also, I say this, I should have said this a lot earlier, but first thing you'll note is this is DVD sized casing. So I've said this before in several videos. Little House on the Prairie, Manifest, Curb Your Enthusiasm, there's one behind me right there, Better Call Saul, Vikings. All of these have had the DVD size cases, which is fine. These are still Blu-ray, as you can tell, but if you have a it's way up there, I'd grab it. But if you have, like this is a dedicated Blu-ray television show shelf, like all these Big Bang Theories, it may not fit there because it's the entire size of a DVD. Now, luckily, I left more space because I have several of these sets now, but just be aware that this is a DVD-sized set. It is not the dimensions of a Blu-ray. So, we'll pop this out here. Thicker cardboard, not flimsy by any means. Mine does have a bit of just scuffing, but again, given the size and the weight of this set, that's not shocking. Hopefully I got enough cover art. But let's check out these cases. So these are the big flipper cases, which I've shown several times before. But there you have, so here's your first set, seasons 1 through 6. So let's say the good half of the show. You got all 3 of them, 2.5 Men. The neat thing about this set, which we don't get in all the sets, is this does have an episode guide. So first thing when you pop this open is you're going to see this inside artwork. I say inside artwork, inside episode listing, and these cases. Now, this is not attached, so this pops right out. It's not attached anyway, not because of any flaw. It's just not supposed to be attached. And then here is your episode guide. So you have seasons 1, 2, and 3 on the first half, 4, 5, and 6. Special features galore. Special features on season 1, 2, and 3. Now, I didn't own these sets on DVD. I watched them. I think this is the first thing I ever streamed on Paramount Plus. The wife and I marathoned this at one point. But, so I couldn't tell you if these are new special features, which I highly doubt, or these are the DVD special features just upgraded. Someone will have to let me know, which I'm sure they will. But then you get to the disc art, or to the discs here, which you have, I'm going to do this without. So you have season 1, discs 1 and 2. You have season 2, disc 1 and 2, and each of these is a different color, but it does have 2.5 Men Complete Series over here above the logo. So the Complete Series 2.5 Men. So season 2, disc 1 and 2, and then season 3 over here on the other side, discs 1 and 2. And then, man, I don't know what it was about season 4, but it got 3 discs here. 3 discs on Blu-ray, which is pretty big. And then season 5, disc 1 and 2, and season 6, disc 1 and 2, and an extra space because of the odd number of discs. So these are all held together with plastic. They would come apart if you really needed them to be, but they are not mounted to the DVD, or to the DVD, to the main plastic of the set. They just set in this. This is an Epic pack, is what these are called, which is fine. I think they ship a little better when they're like this. I had this show up, and you saw the little ding, but there was only 1 disc loose, and it's fine. It's not scratched. But when it jostles around like this, it doesn't shatter anything. Whereas I think if it was attached and mounted to it, if it's going to jostle, it may jostle more, it may jostle less, but I think there's a higher likely that it's going to snap, and then it's going to not fit there anyway. So now we have season 7 through 12, which are definitely the downward spiral of the show. Eventually is the point. I think there's 2 whole seasons without Jake. And again, even before then, he's not a kid. He's not a half man. He's like an adult. He's taller than, I think, his dad, I think. So, and of course, Ashton Kutcher, who I love. That 70s Show is one of my favorite shows of all time. But man, they just did not know what to do with him in this. And then they just got weird, and it went too long with him. And it was just, it was odd. It was an odd choice. But it was a very public odd choice, given the falling out of Charlie Sheen and everything to that respect. Now they just released like a Charlie Sheen Netflix documentary because it's still such a talked about issue, such a hot button issue. So again, we're going to pop this out for the purposes of the video. For this, we have season 7 through 12 here. No special features on 8. Very few special features on all of these, given the years these came out on DVD. They probably weren't putting as much effort in. So you can see 7 and 9 with some special features. And technically special features all the way through 12, though it is simply a gag reel for 9, 11, and 12, or sorry, 10, 11, and 12. Which is a bummer, because given the show went 12 years, we couldn't have done some sort of retrospective or special or whatever. But given that you lost your main star, 8 of the 12 seasons in, I can understand that too, or 7 of them. Put that there. Then we have, so this is season 7, discs 1 and 2. Seasons 8, 1 and 2, and 9. So it looks like, with the exception there of season 4, every season covers 2 discs. They don't have exactly unique cover art, or disc art, I'm sorry, but they have a unique color. They would be easy to identify. That was season 10, or season 10, 1 and 2, and 11, 1 and 2. And then back here, season 12, just 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And that snaps right in there. I just snap in there, sits right in there. Again, not going anywhere type thing. But yeah, I like 2.5 Men. I think if I were to watch it again all the way through, I would have to make the decision based on how I know it ends in the last few seasons. But maybe I would just call it a day after Charlie Sheen ends, after I think season 7, season 8. But it's still a good show. Again, it's worth the price of admission for the first half of the show because it was so good and it was so popular. Um, in that time slot, in the lead in and the everything else, it was definitely a sign of the times, and what a good first half of the run it had. So, Two and a Half Men, the complete series. Go ahead and check it out. If you're a big fan, you want to upgrade your DVDs. Link in the description for sure. It's worth it. Get it all in one set. Upgrade to HD. Again, you can't find these individually on Blu-ray legally, so get your complete series on Blu-ray. Get the entire kit and caboodle in one go. And yeah, I want to thank Warner Brothers for sending me a copy. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the show. Maybe you sit on the opposite side and you think seasons 8 through 12 are the best, and Charlie's Geno is terrible, and I only like the Ashton Kutcher seasons, and that would be great. Let me know that. Or if you agree with me, let me know. Didn't like the show at all, that's fine too. But again, want to thank Warner Bros. For sending me a copy. Want to thank you guys so much for watching it. Be sure to check out my links in the descriptions, Twitter, Instagram, TV Time, Letterboxd, where I review all the TV shows and movies I watch respectively. Twitter, Instagram, my eBay page, Bluray.com page, my secondary and my tertiary YouTube channels as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you later, YouTube.